Welcome back everyone on part 3 of episode 4. The last video, we repaired the trunk floor to make this tail panel fit better. On this video, we will pre-assemble and test fit the crossrail. We will also weld the spots on the trunk floor. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to be fitting on this jig that I mentioned earlier on the drip rails just to keep the quarter panels lined up. I'll put you on the stand. Now, it is a tight fit. Not too tight, just tight enough. This is just for temporary until I get the rear cross rail put on. Nice and snug. All right, show you what that looks like. And it actually snug right in there into the channel. And for length, you got these that's leaning right against the drip rail, one on the other end too. And this one here. All right, so now to mock up the cross rail and assemble it before putting it on there. All right, these panels were already pre-drilled off the air. I didn't film that part because there was a lot of tweaking and trying to make it fit. But it's all together now as one unit, much more sturdy. Let's see now. All right, that's on there. We're going to take a look at how it sits on there with all the panels. Okay. Yep, she fits on there. Pretty nice. That still has to be pushed up some, but she's not bolted down. So that piece is mocked up. It fits on there. And with the tail panel fits on there. So now, I guess this will be ready for sandblast. I'm going to sandblast all this, take all the E-coat off and put some weld-through primer, and we can pre-weld this before putting it on the car. But it has to be put on there before putting the tail panel, because it has to be welded from the top onto this. And with the tail panel on, it'll be in the way. So this has to be installed before the tail panel itself. So looking at this, I got a couple of things to do. I got this hole I got to fill in. That's a spot weld that broke loose when I removed the old crossrail. And I got this hole here they had to fill in. That hole to fill in. Probably there was a trailer hitch on this car. But just looking at the work that I've done, this is nice and smooth now. There's no ripple. There's no more ripple here either. This here was kinked. No longer kinked. She's on there nice. Right here there was that step down right here like this. Now she's all flat like it's supposed to be. Because I have another trunk pan as a reference. I use that as a reference guide to see what was different. All this is now nice and round. I still got this here to fill in. That's my butchering here. That's for the trunk latch. So I got this to fill in, that here and here, and this little piece here. Not this. This here is for the wiring. This piece to fill in. Okay, so I'm going to leave this brace on here for now. And I will get ready to start fixing up some pieces to put in there so I can weld it. I'm going to remove the crossrail first, take that off. I took the liberty to take this off a while ago so it won't be in my way when I'm doing all this, because it's okay now. So all I need now is to belt sand all these spot welds, because I don't want to use the grinder and take too much material off. So belt sand all these spot welds and do the same thing underneath this little piece here that I still got to make. And we're coming this close of bringing it outside for a sandblast. I do want to sandblast like all in here. I don't know, maybe all of it, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. Because it's not in bad shape. Like it is in immaculate shape. I don't want to go too far for nothing, because it's a job that'll never end. So I'll put you on the stand and get some of this stuff ready. Hold on. I made this piece here. I did it on the vise, bent it, you know, somewhat close to it, so it should fit right there. So I'm going to set you up and we're going to scribe this out, and we're going to cut the piece out before tacking it in. Okay, this is what I've got. It's looking good. These are not pinholes. These are the screw holes to hold the tail panel. But these are just grind marks, but it's looking good. So now I'm gonna fill this, fill this, fill this. So I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put that right here, flush. Take this little piece here. There we go, nice and flush. Let's weld her in. Well, I'm done welding inside the trunk here. I did all these spots there that was exposed, all these little holes, not these two. Those are for the gauge, gas gauge. Now, all I got to do now is fix the hole here, on that end, and on that end. And then the welding is done before going to sandblast. Okay, while I'm letting this cool off some, I'm going to show you here. I'm going to belt sand all these little welds before, right here too, before we send it off for sandblast. This will do it for part 3 of episode 4. All the welds are done, so now we need to prep it to go out for sandblast. So that'll be on the next video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.